Just as real numbers can be represented by points on the real number line, you can represent a complex number, say z is equal to a plus bi, as the point a comma b in the coordinate plane. Oh, hello. Welcome to the Hawkins household. I've missed you guys, and I'm glad to be talking to you now, but I wish I was at school with you. Want to fill you in on a few administrative points first, then we'll get more into the learning portion of this. So I'm sure you guys are all worried about your grades. Grades are kind of frozen at this point. Makeups, I don't know how they're going to be handled. The administration doesn't know how that's going to be handled at this point, but the grades are what they are. Any of the activities or learning things that you do with me during these sessions, these are not going to impact your grade for the better or for the worse. So just keep that in mind throughout this. However, we do want to focus on learning the information that I'll be covering each day. Which brings me to how we're going to run each day. So each day, hold on a sec, you can watch Joey for a little bit. So each day, again, I'm sure you've seen this on Schoology. Here, Maggie, why don't you come over so you can kind of zoom in on this. Again, these are basically your files in Schoology, and at the top you see distance learning. So everything each day will be in here. So if you click on this, it'll take you, each day has a folder in here. So right now they're unpublished. It only publishes day of. And so basically, this will be your day one right here. This is what you're doing today, actually. And in here, you have these files. So the file, well, first of all, the attendance, you click on that every day. That'll be in every single folder. And that's how you check in, and that's kind of how I take attendance of who's in class or whatnot. Then each day you're going to have different files. They're numbered 1, 2, 3. That's the order. So again, I want you to click this file first. That'll be the movie that you're watching right now, basically. Then there's a few links to some websites where I have some activities plans. And again, if you could do them in that order, this one requires a code. Then at the end, this is pretty much your homework. It's a worksheet that I would like you to complete. Now, on that, submitting that, if you go to the bottom here, this is the way you submit it. And again, if you click on that, that's the assignment for the day. You can submit through that. Which brings me to, you could either take a picture of it on your phone, or you can use an app called Genius Scan, which is probably a better way, so you don't have that big clunky, here, get this on here. It's called Genius Scan. It's right here. It's this app right here. And you can scan a document and send it to whomever. And again, you'd submit it through that. Again, that's called Genius Scan. The icon looks like that. Genius Scan. So again, that's a good way to submit your work each day. So that's the way I'll be handling that. Next, we'll talk about the curriculum that we're going to be doing. Curriculum-wise, I started the circle unit before you left. Again, that's a very complicated unit, very hands-on, a lot of heavy teaching on that one. So I'm going to kind of pause that one, and we're going to start another one, which will be Unit 13. So all the information starting today will be on that. And that is a unit on something called transformations. So now, transformations. Joey, where have you heard the word transformation before? You have no idea what type of word came up with that transformation or anything like that? Well, what's this toy, Joey?
Transformer.
It's a transformer. Now, why did they call it a transformer?
Because it transforms.
Very good. And that's what we're going to look at only in geometry. We're going to kind of transform the shapes. There's different things we can do with the shapes, but again, you're going to start with something, and you're going to end with something else. And so we'll look at transformations and how they pertain to geometry. Those transformations are all going to take place on the coordinate plane. All the coordinate plane stuff that you learned in Algebra 1, we're going to apply here. So over here, this is the best I can do for a whiteboard. So again, the coordinate plane is split up by two axes, the ones we've been using all year. Again, you have the horizontal one called the x-axis, and then the vertical one called the y-axis. And again, it breaks it up into 4 pieces. Again, this was your quadrant 1, where your x and y are both positive. This is your quadrant 2. Now your x values are negative, but your y's are still positive. Down here at quadrant 3, x and y are going to be negative. And then over here in quadrant 4, you have positive x values and negative y values. So again, you're going to be asked questions about coordinate plane today. It's going to basically review the information that you did in Algebra 1. But again, it's going to talk about the x-axis, the y-axis. It's also going to talk about equations of lines. Remember that it's y is equal to mx plus b on these. You'll be asked questions about those as well. Again, the slope is basically your rise over your run, and then your b is where it hits the y-axis. So rise and run. So you'll be asked simple questions about those. And again, I just want to get you familiar with the coordinate plane because all the information we're going to do in this unit, you have to be pretty good with moving around on the coordinate plane with your x and y values. So with no further ado, I want you to get started on those other links that I put in the folder. And again, I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys every day doing something like this. But again, if you have any questions, please email me and let me know your issues. Say goodbye, Joey. Say goodbye, Maggie.
Bye.
All right, thank you.